Okay, so in the last video we did these T-nuts on the mill, which is a very simple way to do it, and they came out perfectly fine. And I told you we're going to do it two ways. We're going to use the lathe to do it and the 4-jaw chuck. So I wanted to put it in a separate video just so it's easier for people to find, because it's a very good piece of information, especially for people that are planning on or have already bought a quick change tool post and don't have a mill but need to machine that nut, but they do have a 4-jaw chuck. And that's what we're going to do. So when you get those nuts, it's just a big square blank with the stud already in it, so it has a hole in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the bandsaw. I'm going to cut off a piece of 3/4 inch stock. We'll make it a little bit bigger. We'll make it 1 inch just so it's easier to work with for us. So I'm going to cut off a 1 inch piece of stock, and I'm going to go over to the mill. I'm not going to face the ends. I'm going to go over to the mill, and the only thing I'm going to do is line up on the center, and I'm going to drill a hole in it. When you get those T-nut blanks, it's already going to have the stud in there and a hole in it, so it's you're going to be able to do the exact same thing that I'm doing here with your T-nut. Alright, so let me go do that, and then we'll set up on the lathe. Okay, so you're going to be given something that looks like this, but much larger and thinner. Okay, so I have this hole exactly on center, and the sides faced off. I did on the mill, just so to expedite this. So I don't have to take anything off of the sides here. I don't have to take anything off the length. I just have to make the T section of this. Now, if you were to get the one that comes with the quick change tool post, you'll have to take some off the sides to fit your slot, to fit your T slot. So you have two ways of doing that. You can either just take a hacksaw and hacksaw right down and file the edges, or face off, or set it up in the 4-jaw and face off the edges. That's what I did. You just have to be very careful with it though, because it's a super interrupted cut. So you just got to go slow and make sure that you take off the same amount on both sides. To do that, I did it by scribe lines, and it worked out fine. So you can do it either way. I don't have to do it in this case. Right now I just want to show you how we're going to make this square block into a T profile. Okay, so we need to set this up on center in this 4-jaw. Now you can see I am not perfectly square. I'm longer this way than I am this way. So one easy way to start it out is just get a center and throw it in your center and bring your jaws in here to touch, right? And this is going to kind of give you a little bit of a let me pull the bowl gear pin on this lathe just so it's easier to spin the chuck here. There we go. Alright, so alright, and this isn't going to be supremely accurate at the moment. We're going to dial it in with an indicator, but this kind of just gets us close. Okay. And we're going to be somewhere in that neighborhood there. So that's relatively close, considering. Now we need this to be proud of the jaws, the depth of our T. So we need that to be proud, at least in my case, 325 thousandths. Okay, so 3/8 of an inch roughly. We need this to be proud of the surface. So there are plenty of ways to do that. You can use a parallel, you can use even a piece of hardwood behind here. You can draw it out and use like a double boot style push tool. You can use the flat side of your tool post, or even the flat side of your tailstock here to get it flat, and that's probably what we'll do, because that's a very easy way to do it. You just take this center out here. Okay, so And we need that out, I say at least 3/8 of an inch. Okay, that looks good there. Now we're just going to bring in our indicator. And we're going to go roughly to the center of this. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just line it up with my jaw there. Okay. We're going to twist it until the needle changes direction, which is right there. I'm going to set my 0 there. And we're going to go over to the other side and we're going to compare the difference. So I'm low there, which means it has to go this way, so I'm going to half that reading. Okay, and we're going to do the same to the other direction. So, right there. And right there. And I'm low, so I gotta go towards me. So I'm going to go to the next side again. 0 that. Go to the opposite side. Half that reading. Off by 3, so 1.5. 0 that up there. Off by about 2, half that reading, and we're just working ourselves each side and seeing if our readings are the same. So when if I hit 0 on the other side, then we know we're square. Just shy by 1. You can see we're getting closer every time. Shy by 1, not even 1, maybe a half. Alright, that's off by, that's negligible there, that's within a half. This one here, a little sharp at one. See, now I'm kind of fighting myself here, so. There we go. Alright, so now we're centered. Okay, so this is going to be a super interrupted cut, so you're probably better off with high-speed steel or something in there, but we're going to try this carbide and just take it slow. So we're going to reduce this to a diameter of 430 thousandths by a length of cut of 325 thousandths. And we're just going to take our time doing it. There's 200. There's 300. And 24. The last thousandths will hit. Alright, so that was only 50 thousandths cut. I'm going to try 100. Under 200, 300, 24. Alright, so you can see we're starting to round that off. Okay, we're just going to take her down. Okay. Now let me just go ahead and whoop, get the thing caught on there, you know. Let's give this a quick chamfer. Okay, so now, if I hit the camera one more time, yeah. Now, since that's all squared up, okay, what we can do is I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to use this nice flat face spot against the jaws, and we're going to grab on this middle edge. We're going to recenter it and then take off the length that we need to make the rest of the T. Okay, so what we're going to do right now take this piece out of here. Okay. Now again, we can use our tailstock here just to help us out, eyeball and center. Okay, so we get that nice freshly faced edge flat up against the jaws. Okay, bring in our indicator. Okay, so I got everything all indicated in. I have my dial set, and we're just going to have at this. I just got to go slow with the feed rate. It's going to be a hell of an interrupted cut. Probably going to get some shaking, but you know. Okay, so let me just make sure that we're getting what I want for a reading here, which we're right on the nose. That's where we want to be. Okay, so now we can test this sucker out. So I'm going to deburr this, and there's pretty much the profile of your T-nut. Okay. So let me deburr this, and we'll go try it. Okay, so we're at the rotary table here, and this is one of the ones that we made on the mill, and this is the one we just made on the lathe. And let me zoom in a little bit here. You can see profile-wise. Okay, the only difference is the length of this. I did that purposely. I made it so that this wasn't 3/4 by 3/4. I made it so it was 3/4 by 1 inch, just to show you how to square up a rectangular stock with the side. Just only two sides are even in the 4-jaw chuck. Okay, so and you can see that. And as far as fitting in the slots goes, slide this one out. And slide that one in. So there you go. T-nut made on the lathe. Now, if somebody wants to argue of longevity and strength of this, This is the one that holds down my tool post. Okay, I made it the same exact way. And this has been holding up for the past 4 years I've had it. So it's a perfectly acceptable way to make a T-nut if all you have is a 4-jaw chuck. And you can make your own tool post nut for your machine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.